People are talking about JK and V being in LA and being seen together. We also have people talking about photos that need to be deleted of JK and V, and then we have people talking about a stalker moment. Say Dumplings, this is Dave Desai. Let's get into it. Recently, there's been a lot of shipping moments that have gone viral. Particular moments from Jimin and Jungkook's reality show, Are You Sure?, have taken the internet by storm. People were taking moments from when JK had been looking at Jimin and putting those moments together where he was watching Jimin sleep and stuff like that. People were talking about a moment in which Jimin admitted that JK often goes into Jimin's room when Jimin is sleeping. There was even a moment that was admitted where JK woke up in the middle of the night for whatever reason, saw Jimin sleeping, and then took a photo. Jimin admitted that this was strange, and JK had said that it was to capture the moment, and one day he's going to want to remember something like this, or will remember, I don't know. And so people were making a joke to say that JK is a stalker and that he will be a stalker for Jimin. There's a couple things I want to address here and talk about. First one is, of course, people using this as a dating rumor to say that obviously JK is so obsessed with Jimin and that they are obviously together. In my personal opinion, this just shows that JK is very quirky and has quirks like this and can do more weirder things when he is around people that he trusts and likes. People have gone into the shipping rumor to say that both Jimin and JK are married, and this has been a rumor that has existed for a really long time. Well, if they're married, they quite obviously admitted that they don't sleep in the same bed. So two people who love each other very much and are married and show love to each other very often, for some reason are not sleeping in the same bed together. To me, it wouldn't make sense if they were in a relationship together, right? Other people were making a joke about this, so it wasn't actually that serious at all, where a lot of people were just saying that JK often likes to stalk Jimin and that he is the type of person to do quirky, weird things like this. And I think doing these things, or even admitting to doing these things, humanizes the boys. And I'm not saying that these things aren't real or that they're planned or that it's a made-up story specifically to get people to find the boys relatable, but I mean, they're probably told to not hide these things. They're probably told that they should share more of these weird little things and admit to them, because these are going to be things that people are going to find the most relatable. And these are going to be things that people are going to meme and talk about, which of course is going to result in more benefits for the boys, right? So I enjoyed this very much, and I enjoyed seeing this joke and people talking about it, as well as seeing the photos and stuff come out. But of course, with any joke and anything that is being talked about online, there's going to be a lot of people who take it in a completely different direction. And that is why I feel the need to sometimes explain these things. We'll have the community sitting over there and shipping both Jimin and JK together. They both just had interactions recently which would completely negate the rumor or the shipping belief and turn it in a different direction. Jin was believed to have a concert, and it was believed that both JK and V attended the concert as one of the guests. Several videos were taken showing both of them sitting at the VIP balcony area, and a lot of people had mixed reactions about this. A lot of people were wondering about the privacy of these specific members and if this is something that should have been taken, or if people should have just kept the phone to themselves and not recorded anything. Now, if you know anything about a celebrity appearance, there are specific things that are taken into consideration when celebrities appear at any place. I've been to celebrity events, and I'm very fortunate to have been invited to them, in which the security or whoever will say phones are not even allowed. They will straight up take any recording device that is there, right? And so any footage that comes out at that point then would definitely be considered stalker footage. Now, from what I've seen, there are several clips and videos that show the concert, so I'm assuming that a lot of people definitely had access to their phone and was allowed to bring their phone in. And of course, if JK were to arrive or any VIP celebrity were to arrive, it's big news to the team. The team is then made aware and they take action appropriately. So my assumption is, since the phones were allowed, they were hoping or maybe expecting that people would record and that this is something that would go viral or drum up more attention. Now you might say, well, it seems like JK doesn't want to be seen as he's wearing a face mask and he's trying to cover himself by wearing a hood. This, in my opinion, is not an attempt to not be seen, because he knows very well, even wearing a face mask, people are going to recognize him. Now, one thing that he could have done if he didn't want to be recognized at all would have been just to wear sunglasses. And we've also had situations in which we found out a celebrity has appeared at the event and we didn't know until weeks later. So in my opinion, if we found out right away and he's also sitting in the front row, right at the front of the balcony, it was to drum up attention. Now, that's just my opinion. That's just my theory. I don't know if that's true or not. A lot of people were, of course, saying that the footage needs to be deleted and this stuff should never be posted. But I think that this is the point of what's happening here. I think that the company and many people are aware that people are looking for the BTS members to be in places. They're trying to see where the boys are. They're trying to connect appearances together. So by making it known that the boys are at the concert, that would definitely drum up more attention. It was also alleged that Jin mentioned a little while ago that he did not want any of the members to show up at his concert because he was fearing crowd management and that sort of stuff. I didn't mention this first because this is alleged. I don't know if this is true or not. But if this is true and V and JK showed up anyway, that tells me that this is connected to the label's plans, because that means JK and V would likely respect Jin's wishes to not show up. But if the label said, hey, we want you to show up because you'll get more publicity, then they'll do it, right? But again, that's all a theory and that's all alleged. I don't know if any of that's true at all. The other day, I talked about V and JK appearing in a car on their way to somewhere, and they were live streaming in the car. This was so cute. People loved it. People had a great time watching that live stream. But then a lot of people were wondering where they were going and where they were at. So apparently they were in LA, and a lot of people were wondering what they were doing in LA. And some people believe that it seemed as if they flew over just to go to Jin's concert. There were even rumors that JK and V were out and about meeting the community and saying hi, and even just the fact that they took a trip together means a lot of people are assuming that they are announcing their relationship. And yes, everything in the BTS community leads to ships. If you're wondering why, the label has not addressed any of this stuff to my knowledge and has fed into the shipping rumors actually by creating fanfic and all that stuff. It's because they're aware of how big the shipping community is within BTS. I mean, a lot of people will want shipping rumors. I will say it's probably 80 to 90% of the entire community. It's probably less than that, but you get my point. It's like a huge chunk of it. So they know what they're doing by having specific members travel together and not travel together. But I also think it's interesting because V and JK happen to be the two members of BTS that get the most publicity. And then given that Jimin and JK were most talked about the other day or the last week, having V and JK together also drums up more publicity for them. These two ships are like, no matter what they do, people will always talk about them, and there'll always be these rumors and things about them. And just even them walking outside is huge headlines. And so that's why people are wondering why they were out and about and what they were doing. And I'll get back to the shipping rumors here and how likely that actually all is. But to my knowledge, I don't believe V and JK ever acknowledged or addressed the community in any way. And I'm of course sure if anyone did come up to them at the concert, they both would have been really nice and kind to acknowledge them. But I don't believe the purpose of the trip was to meet the community. They could have met people during the concert, but how a lot of celebrities manage concerts is that they will leave before the last song or before the last few songs to avoid a crowd. So the audience, of course, has the decision of whether or not they want to stay to listen to the remaining 2-3 songs of the concert, or do they want to run outside and attempt to stalk V and JK, right? And I think most people would just stay at the concert. If you ever go to a celebrity event or an event in which a celebrity appears, you'll notice that they typically dip out an hour before everyone else leaves because they don't want to be in that crowd. As for the other rumor of them holding hands and being together, which is why they were in LA, I don't know if that's necessarily true at all, as we don't have footage of that. They also likely wouldn't do that in public because they definitely would realize that that would result in a scandal. So I don't know how likely any of this is, right? I would imagine that if they were in a relationship together, they would attempt to keep this a secret and not attempt to make it huge news by holding hands in public, which is definitely a little bit of a statement, right? Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos, linked down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.